glass rains sideways on another planet. Did you know that there's a planet out there where it rains glass sideways? That's right. The exoplanet HD 189733b, located 63 light-years away, experiences rainstorms of molten glass. The powerful winds, reaching speeds of 5,400 miles per hour, whip the glass across the planet at terrifying speeds. Imagine standing in a glass storm. That's as close as we get to the wild weather on this distant world. A day on Venus is longer than a year. Venus might be Earth's sister planet in terms of size, but it behaves very differently. A single day on Venus, meaning one complete rotation on its axis, takes a whopping 243 Earth days. What's crazier is that Venus orbits the Sun in only 225 Earth days, which means a day on Venus is actually longer than a year. Imagine celebrating your birthday every day because years pass faster than your day does. Olympus Mons, the largest volcano in the solar system. Mars isn't just home to dust storms and red rocks. It also has the largest volcano in the entire solar system. Olympus Mons stands at a staggering 13.6 miles high, about 3 times taller than Mount Everest. This extinct volcano stretches 374 miles across, making it roughly the size of the state of Arizona. The sheer scale of this volcano is enough to make even the biggest mountains on Earth look tiny. A star is eating its planets. Stars aren't always peaceful. Some are actually eating their own planets. Take HD 82943. This star has been caught consuming one of its planets, and it's believed that it may be devouring others as well. Astronomers discovered traces of the eaten planet's elements in the star's atmosphere. Talk about a cosmic feast. In space, not even planets are safe. Space is completely silent. One of the creepiest truths about space is that it's completely silent. Since there's no atmosphere or air in space, sound can't travel, making it a giant void of silence. Imagine floating through space in total, eerie quiet. It's no wonder astronauts find the silence both peaceful and unsettling. So if you were to scream in space, no one would hear it, not even yourself. Rogue planets wander alone in space. Not all planets orbit stars like our Earth does. Some, known as rogue planets, float freely through the galaxy without any parent star to call home. One example is Sir 2149-0403, a massive planet wandering alone, drifting in the darkness of space. These lonely planets might even outnumber stars, hinting at vast, undiscovered realms in our universe. There's a diamond planet. What if I told you there's a planet that's mostly made of diamond? Enter 55 Cancri, a planet located about 40 light-years away. Due to its extreme pressure and carbon-rich environment, scientists believe the surface is covered in diamond. While you might be tempted to visit for the riches, you'd have to deal with surface temperatures of 4,400 degrees Fahrenheit. Not exactly the ideal vacation spot. A cloud of alcohol in space. Ever thought about grabbing a drink in space? Well, there's an enormous cloud of alcohol floating in space, located near the center of our Milky Way galaxy. This giant cloud, known as Sagittarius B2, contains enough alcohol to fill 400 trillion pints of beer. While you wouldn't want to drink it, it's methanol, not the kind of alcohol we enjoy. It's still fascinating to think that space can be home to such a giant cosmic brewery. More stars than grains of sand on Earth. Here's a staggering thought. There are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand on all of Earth's beaches combined. Scientists estimate the universe contains about 1 septillion stars. That's a 1 followed by 24 zeros. This means every time you scoop up sand at the beach, you're holding a tiny fraction of the stars out there. The vastness of space is truly incomprehensible. Some stars are colder than ice. When we think of stars, we usually imagine scorching hot balls of fire. But did you know that some stars are actually colder than ice? Meet WISE 0855 to 0714, a brown dwarf star with surface temperatures as low as -48 degrees Celsius -55 degrees Fahrenheit. These failed stars don't generate much heat, making them some of the coldest objects in the universe. So not all stars are fireballs, some are icy. Space itself is expanding. Space isn't just a vast emptiness, it's constantly expanding. This discovery, known as the expansion of the universe, means that galaxies are drifting farther apart over time. Every second, space stretches a little more, taking distant galaxies further from us. This expansion has been happening since the Big Bang, and scientists believe it will continue indefinitely. In other words, the universe is getting bigger every moment. You can't cry normally in space. Crying in space is not as simple as it is on Earth. Without gravity to pull them down, tears don't fall. Instead, they form little blobs of liquid that float around your eyes until you wipe them away. Astronauts have reported that crying in space feels strange and uncomfortable, as the tears just stick to their skin. So, if you're feeling emotional in zero gravity, don't expect a normal cry session. The dark side of the moon is always the same. Contrary to what some might think, the far side of the moon, often called the dark side, never faces Earth. This is because the moon is in synchronous rotation with our planet, meaning it rotates on its axis at the same rate it orbits Earth. As a result, we only ever see one side of the moon from Earth. The far side isn't always dark, but it's forever hidden from our view. Neutron stars are incredibly dense. Neutron stars are one of the densest objects in the universe. Just 1 teaspoon of a neutron star's material would weigh about 6 billion tons on Earth. These stars are the remnants of massive stars that have exploded in supernovae, and they pack an incredible amount of mass into a tiny space, creating unimaginable gravity. Black holes can spaghettify you. Black holes have such powerful gravitational forces that if you got too close, you'd experience what scientists call spaghettification. This is where your body would be stretched out like a piece of spaghetti due to the intense gravity pulling harder on the parts of your body closest to the black hole. It's a terrifying way to go, but luckily, black holes are far away from Earth. Venus spins backward. While most planets in our solar system rotate in the same direction as their orbit, Venus spins in the opposite direction. This is called retrograde rotation, and it means that if you were standing on Venus, you would see the sun rise in the west and set in the east, the opposite of what we experience on Earth. Scientists are still unsure why Venus rotates this way, but it adds to the planet's list of strange characteristics. There's a gigantic water reservoir in space. Yes, there's water in space, lots of it. Scientists have discovered the largest and oldest water reservoir in the universe, located around a distant quasar called APM 08279 plus 5255. This cloud of water vapor holds 140 trillion times the amount of water in Earth's oceans. It's an astonishing discovery that shows just how abundant water is, even in the far reaches of the cosmos. Space isn't completely silent. While space is often thought of as a silent void, sound does exist in space under certain conditions. In the dense regions of galaxy clusters, for example, gases allow sound waves to propagate. NASA even detected a faint hum coming from a supermassive black hole in the Perseus galaxy cluster. Although we can't hear space sounds as we do on Earth, sound waves still exist in the vastness of the cosmos. Jupiter has 79 moons. Jupiter isn't just the largest planet in our solar system. It also has an incredible 79 known moons orbiting it. The 4 largest moons, known as the Galilean moons, Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto, were discovered by Galileo in 1610. These moons are fascinating worlds in their own right, with some, like Europa, potentially harboring subsurface oceans beneath their icy crusts. Saturn's rings could disappear. Imagine standing on a spacecraft orbiting Saturn, marveling at its stunning rings made of ice and rock. But here's the catch. Saturn's rings won't last forever. Due to gravitational forces, the rings are slowly disintegrating and could vanish in about 100 million years. Future space travelers may only see a ringless Saturn, a sight that we today take for granted. There's a planet made of burning ice. Picture landing on Gliese 436b, a planet where the surface is covered in ice, but it's burning. The extreme gravity of the planet keeps water molecules tightly packed together, even though surface temperatures reach a sizzling 800 degrees Fahrenheit, 427 degrees Celsius. This creates a bizarre scenario where the ice remains solid despite the heat, leading to the name, burning ice. Thanks for sticking with us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please drop a comment below so that we can improve.